seem to see Chad Marshall out there. What's his status?
No, again, we kept him inside today, so he's questionable for tomorrow, but we'll see. It's not like he's missed that much, and we'd rather be safe than sorry at the end of the day.
What's the nature of his injury?
He felt a little bit of muscle, soreness, tightness, and pulled himself out before anything pulled or strained. So now we're just trying to evaluate it.
When coaches are game planning, I mean, if you came straight out and said it's going to be Zach Scott instead of Marshall, would that change things for Colorado in the preparations for this game?
It might not. It's the thing is, you're always looking and seeing if you can put together the pieces, as to which pieces come together. But certainly, every player has different traits and different abilities, and so that affects sometimes how you're gonna play or you're not gonna play. I mean, I know there's a player in the league long time ago. It seemed like every time we played against him, he was either out on a yellow card suspension or he was injured, and I kept wanting the guy to be on the field, and because our game plan, if he was on the field, was to let him have the ball. So now all of a sudden, he's never on the field, so we're always trying to find out, is he going to be out there?
What's different about Marshall's playing style compared to Zach Scott?
Well, obviously Marshall's a bigger guy, so. He wins more aerial duels. Zach is a little more aggressive defensively. Is probably a little louder, a little more vocal as well.
And how about Nelson? What was his participation today?
Still, he's not going to be available for this weekend. But he is making progress. But he's also named to Paraguay squad, so it's something that. His injury sort of ruled him out for this weekend, but would not necessarily have ruled him out for next weekend. So he'll still go in with Paraguay, and then we'll see how he progresses there.
When Nelson Valdez is one of the top 20 best paid players in the MLS, and he's has some injuries, does that put any kind of stress on you or the team management?
There's nothing you can do about injuries, so you can't sit there and go to a player and say, hey, we can't pay you this much because you're injured, or something like that. So it's just a way of the world. And, Nelson is a very conscientious individual, and nobody wants to perform more for the club, and nobody's more disappointed when he's out injured than he is.
I believe the U.S. Final roster is due this afternoon. Should we expect any surprises from your guys' end?
Don't know. That's a question for Jurgen. So,
I believe during the week you mentioned that Colorado, with their turnaround a little bit, is playing with confidence, and I guess I'm wondering if you're seeing any lack of confidence in your team, or if athletes are just kind of hardwired for success, where they see themselves in first place and believe it, see themselves in eighth place and don't believe it.
I think, we're a team that's still very confident in our abilities and feel good about ourselves, and I think our locker room is solid as well. It's, what I mean more is like a team like Colorado that didn't have success over the last year. Now they find themselves in a very successful position. That sort of buoys everybody. Everybody feels maybe an inch or two taller than they normally are, and you feel like, okay, I can do no wrong. So it's more the positive impetus that has than the negative thing of saying, okay, we're not in first at the moment. It's just more the positiveness you get.
Is even Chit's 100%? You kind of mentioned that he was still trying to recuperate.
Yeah, he trained all week, so he was 100% this week.